I think we'll slowly get started. Can you hear me? Just maybe somebody send a thumb up or something like that. If you can hear me, okay? Just so I know I'm not talking into nothing. It seems like I'm going through. So I'll get started. My name is Alexander, and I'll be running this office hours call. With me, I have Sebastian. So we're kind of small team today due to vacations and such. So yeah, later on in the session we'll open up for Q&As. But yeah, if we can't answer all your questions, just feel free to post them in our ILGO repository. Yeah, so the agenda for today is I'll start talking about what's new, and then I'll get into one announcement, and then we'll get into the Q&A. So to get started with what's new in ILGO for GitHub, I actually want to start by talking about what's not new, because this stuff was something that we presented last time in last month's office hours. The difference now is that we've shipped it as part of version 7.2. Last month it was only in preview. So yeah, we have a couple new features in the latest version. Make sure to upgrade, and so you can take advantage of these things. I won't go through the features here, but if you go to ILGO release notes, you can read more about them. Now to what's actually new, we have these three features that we want to show today. They're all in preview, so yeah, not available in 7.2, but they will be available in 7.3 when we release that. So the first one is a starter dashboard for ILGO telemetry. This was based on some feedback that we got some office hours ago, earlier in the year, that ILGO has the capability of emitting telemetry, but it would be nice if we could have, some Kusto queries or some beginner dashboard that you can kind of get started with, so you can, get started with telemetry, ILGO telemetry quickly. And so we made a small dashboard for that. It's pretty much like a plug and play Azure Data Explorer report. So what you have to do is go to the ILGO repository and download a JSON file there, and then you have to fill in a couple of things. And then as soon as you upload it to Data Explorer, it will just connect to your application insights, and you'll get some basic like reporting capabilities. I'm sorry, I think the screenshots here are a little bit grainy, but yeah, essentially it'll give you the ability to see what workflows you have running, which ones are failing. You can see a breakdown of how many minutes is ILGO running on GitHub hosted runners or self-hosted runners. This might be useful for people that run on self-hosted runners and want to make sure that absolutely everything is on self-hosted runners and so on. You can see which ILGO versions you're running on in your different repos and when was the last time you updated. And you can see deprecation. So every now and again in ILGO, we will deprecate certain settings, and we'll warn you by basically emitting to telemetry some warnings. You can also see them in the warnings on the GitHub page, but we also emit it to telemetry. So this will give you like a central place where you can see all the kind of warnings that you have for your repos, or if you're using settings that are deprecated. So hopefully, you become aware of these things before they're actually deprecated, and something might break in your repo. The next one is a rather big one, custom template repositories. This basically gives you the capability of adding your own template repository that you can spawn other repositories out of, similar to how ILGO PTE or ILGO App Source works today. Now you get the capability of adding your own template repository where you can add your own custom scripts or custom workflows and so on, and those will be synced. When you run update ILGO system files, those things would be synced to your other ILGO repositories. So I made like a small graphical representation of it. So today what happens is you have my repo 1 and my repo 2, and when you run update ILGO system files, those repos will look in this case ILGO PT, could also be ILGO App Source, for updates to the workflows. With custom templates, you can basically stick your own template repository in the middle. So when you run update ALGO system files in your own template repository, you grab the latest changes from ALGO PTE, and then you can set your myrepo1 and myrepo2 to look at the my template repository instead of the ALGO PTE repository, so that you basically get the latest changes from ALGO PTE plus whatever customizations that you've made in your my template repo. Like I said, this could give you a central place to kind of distribute if you have your own workflow that you made or a script or something, you can put that in my template, and then when you run update ALGO system files, they'll be propagated to my repo1 and my repo2. On a similar note around customizations, we also added the ability to add custom jobs. So this gives you the ability to basically edit the YAML files that ALGO ships with out of the box, but only to a limited extent. So you can add your own custom jobs to these workflows, as long as you prefix it with custom job dash and then whatever name you have. So in this case, it could be if you want to add to your CI/CD pipeline a job that creates a build tag, you can now do that in the CI/CD YAML file that we ship as part of ALGO. But it does come with a warning, which is you need to be careful doing this, because we can't really make any promises that we won't change the name of one of our jobs or something like that. So you may run into issues if you start doing this. So just use it very carefully, and please make sure to review whenever you run update ALGO system files, because we may make changes to our YAML files that will break some of your customizations that you build on top of it. So yeah, if you're going to use custom jobs, just please be careful. So those were the 3 features from this month. They're all in preview, like I said, so you won't be able to find them in version 7.2. So yeah, if you want to use them now, you can upgrade to preview. Before we get into Q&A, just one announcement that I also did last month, and that is if you're running an ALGO version lower than 5.0, then please upgrade, because this will break very soon. Version 5.0 was released more than a year ago, so as long as you've run update ALGO system files in the last year, you're probably not on version 5.0. So with that said, we'll get into the Q&A. Like I mentioned, we are a small team today, so hopefully we can answer all your questions. But if not, then please post your questions in our repository as well. We're also available there to answer questions or take bug reports or whatever that might be. So basically, for the next
questions, any questions today, please post them in the Q&A pane, not the chat window.
Yes, thank you. Yes, basically for the remainder of this office hours call, the next 40 minutes or so will be available for questions. Unless there are no questions, then we can just cut it short. But yeah, we'll be available in case you have questions. Feel free to let us know as well if there's a certain feature or something you're really missing in ALGO, then by all means, let us know as well. This is a good forum for that too, as well as, of course, the Ilgo repository. But now that we're here at the office hours, if there's any features or comments or anything, we're also happy to take that. Yeah, so if there are no questions, we'll give it a couple more minutes. But if there are no questions, then I don't see any reason to extend the office hours much longer. I'll stick around maybe for another, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes or something. But if nothing comes up, then yeah, you can always reach us on the AilGo repository, either through creating a GitHub issue or a discussion, depending on what the topic of your request is. It's also a very small office hours today, it looks like, probably because of vacations. Doesn't look like there are any questions. Yeah, so I think we'll slowly start wrapping up. Just one note, next month it's July, and we won't have an office hours call in July. So next office hours call will be, I guess, at the end of August, last the last Tuesday of August or something. It'll be a little while until we have another one. But again, you can always reach us on the Ilgo repository. So yes, if there are no questions, then I think we can just wrap up. Thank you very much for attending. and we'll see you at the next office hours.